What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. Beast of Reincarnation is almost here. It launches August 4th, and the more I dug into this one, the more genuinely surprising things I kept finding, because this is not just Game Freak making a dark action game. This is a Souls-like that quietly throws out some of the genre's most famous rules, and a launch that is being handled unlike almost any release this year. So today we are going through the 10 things you actually need to know before you play. Some of these will change how you approach the game. One of them changes when you should buy it. And a couple of them I still cannot quite believe. Let us get into it. Number one, and this one genuinely matters for your wallet. The review embargo for this game lifts at the exact moment the game unlocks. Not a day early, not even an hour early. The same second. What that means in practice is that nobody on the planet will have read a single review score before the game is already available to buy. Normally reviews land a few days ahead and you get to make an informed call, but here, if you pre-order or buy at launch, you are going in completely blind on scores. That is not automatically a red flag. Plenty of good games do this, but it does mean your only information until that moment is the hands-on previews, and it makes waiting even a few hours after launch a genuinely smart move if you're on the fence. Number two, there is no early access on this game whatsoever. If you have seen anyone claim the deluxe edition gets you in 72 hours ahead, that is simply wrong, and I want to correct it because it has been floating around. There is one single global unlock at midnight Greenwich time on August 4th, and everybody on Earth starts at the same instant. Now here is the part worth setting an alarm for, because a midnight Greenwich unlock actually means players in the Americas get in on the evening of August 3rd. That is 5 in the afternoon Pacific, 8 in the evening Eastern. So if you are in the States, you are playing this a day earlier than the date on the box. And if you are in the UK, it is 1 in the morning. Number three, and this is the one that made me sit up, Beast of Reincarnation throws out the two most punishing rules in the entire Souls-like playbook. First, when you die, there is no penalty at all. No drop currency, no run back to your corpse to reclaim what you lost. Nothing. You just try again. And second, enemies do not respawn when you rest, so clearing an area actually stays cleared instead of resetting every time you sit down. The director has been blunt about why he does not want players grinding the same corridor over and over out of frustration. Whether you think that removes some of the tension or finally fixes the most tedious part of the genre probably says a lot about you, but either way, this is a very different experience to what you are expecting. Number four, the single mechanic that defines this whole game. Parrying does not just save you from damage, it charges your dog. Every clean parry you land fills a gauge called FP, and FP is literally the fuel for Koo's abilities, which the game calls Bloom Arts. So your defense is not passive at all. It is how you build your offense, and playing scared means Koo does nothing, and when you go to spend that FP, time slows right down while you pick which art to use, which turns the middle of a fight into a proper decision instead of a reflex check. It is a genuinely clever twist on the parry systems everyone else is copying. Number five, and this is my favorite piece of design in the game. Each zone ends in a huge boss called a Nushi, and when you beat one, Emma absorbs its power and a brand new bloom art awakens inside Koo. So bosses are not just walls you bang your head against until they fall over. Every single one of them is a permanent upgrade to your kit. If that sounds familiar, it is basically the Mega Man loop living inside a Souls-like, and it means your toolset at hour 25 looks nothing like your toolset at hour 2. On top of that, skill points you earn from exploring feed a separate skill tree for Emma's own techniques, so both halves of the duo grow as you go. Number six is a design choice I have not stopped thinking about. Emma and Koo never speak to each other, not once, not in a cutscene, not with a translated bark, nothing, and that is completely deliberate. The team has explained that after 30 years of Pokemon, they know how to make you care about a creature without a single line of dialogue, and they wanted the bond between these two built entirely through gameplay. She fights beside him, he tracks things she cannot, and the relationship grows through what you do together rather than what anyone says about it. The themes they keep naming are warmth, trust, and loneliness, and honestly, hearing a Pokemon studio explain it that way makes a lot of sense. And that silence sits inside some genuinely heavy lore, because humanity supposedly survived the blight by transferring its souls into mechanical bodies called golems around 2,000 years ago, and the game deliberately leaves open whether those things are still people at all. The director name checks Blade Runner as his reference point, which tells you exactly what kind of question the story is circling. Number 7, if the phrase parry-driven Soulslike makes you nervous, this is the one for you. There are 3 difficulty modes: normal, hard, and story. And story mode does something smarter than just lowering enemy health. It actually widens the parry timing windows and reduces the damage you take, so the signature mechanic still works exactly the way it is designed to. You just get more room to land it. Better still, you can switch difficulty at any point with no penalty and nothing locked off. So if a boss walls you at R12, you can drop down, get past it, and go straight back up. That is a genuinely thoughtful way to handle accessibility in a genre that usually just tells you to get good. Number 8, let us set your expectations on size, because there has been some confusion here. This is not an open world game. The director's own figure is roughly 30 hours spread across 10 stages, and those stages are semi-open zones. You explore freely rather than one giant seamless map. Emma grows vines to grapple across gaps and build her own bridges, and Koo sniffs out hidden resources and chests along the way. And here's the detail I like: coming back to earlier zones is actually worth it, because new vine routes open up as your powers grow, so places you could not reach the first time become accessible later. 30 focused hours with real reasons to revisit sounds a lot healthier to me than a 100-hour map full of icons. On the combat side of that, Emma is not locked to one weapon either. She carries a katana alongside bows and crossbows with different ammunition types, so ranged options are a real part of your kit rather than an afterthought. And one more thing to set expectations: this is strictly single player. There is no co-op and no online component of any kind, which is a deliberate choice rather than something missing. Number 9, and this could save you $60 or cost you it if you get it wrong. The game is on Game Pass day 1, which is fantastic, but it is not on every tier. You need Game Pass Ultimate or PC Game Pass. If you are on the cheaper standard or core tiers, this one is not included for you. The good news for anyone who does have the right tier: it supports Xbox Cloud, so you can stream it, and it is an Xbox Play Anywhere title, meaning your progress carries between console and PC. One thing to know though, the Game Pass version is the base game only, so none of the addition bonuses, no extra sword, no amber, no Shiba skins for Koo. Go and check which tier you're actually on before August 4th. And number 10, the practical stuff so you are not scrambling on launch night. Preload opens August 2nd on every platform, 2 days ahead, so get it downloaded early. The sizes are refreshingly reasonable, around 30 gigabytes on PlayStation 5, about 33 on Xbox, and 45 on PC, where an SSD is required. Now here's the PC catch worth flagging. The minimum specification is a GTX 1070 for 1080p at 40 frames, but that minimum already assumes you have upscaling switched on, which has raised a few eyebrows, and the recommended tier is an RTX 3060 for 60 frames. There is also no Steam Deck compatibility rating yet, so if that was your plan, wait for confirmation before you commit. And those are the 10 things you need to know before you play Beast of Reincarnation. One last bonus for you, because I cannot leave it out. The director dropped a cryptic tease recently, telling players not to look up at the game's sky. He would not explain further, so when you load in on launch night, you know exactly what you're going to do first. We have got a full everything you need to know breakdown already up, and a before you buy landing right before launch. So subscribe and turn on notifications so you do not miss them. Now tell me down in the comments, which of these 10 surprised you the most? Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.